Well, my name is Mirna. I work as a musician and as a professor at a community college. And originally, I was born in Bosnia and I came to New York when I was 13. And I met Dr. G in 2012, I believe,
Wow.
over Skype. He came recommended by a friend of a friend whom he helped. And so that's how I started my work with Aspire.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. So, what was what was life like before you came to see us? What was your biggest challenge? Where were you suffering?
Well, until the age of 28, I was really healthy. I had no issues. And then I was suddenly kind of diagnosed with ulcerative colitis.
Mm.
And I was treated with some mesalamine, and that seemed to help for a little while. And then I had a big flare, which nobody was pretty much able to stop. It turned out that I had steroid resistant ulcerative colitis. So at the time when that happened, which was 10 years ago, I was in graduate school and I had to be hospitalized. I spent 2 months in the hospital. And in addition to treating the colitis unsuccessfully, they created some additional problems like getting clots from, the treatment that wasn't appropriate. So um, several months after that, I found a doctor who recommended an antibiotic, which allowed me to function for a few months, and that helped me. And when the symptoms returned again, and these are, symptoms typical of ulcerative colitis. So, just a lot of trips to the bathroom, anemia, um, losing weight, not getting enough nutrients. Um, I had, tried to see all the top doctors here, and the treatment was always the same, which is either mesalamine, which was not working, steroids, which were also not working, or colon removal. And I was just not ready to part with my colon at the age of 29. So, friend of a friend told me that Dr. Gersnar had helped her with some digestive problems when everyone thought she was crazy and imagining such problems. So I thought I have nothing to lose. I'm going to call Dr. G. And that call really changed my life because
Oh,
since I met him, I had I have been able to lead a normal life. I've had flares here and there, but we have consistently found treatments that work. I have made some lifestyle changes, and it's really been, he's been like a lifesaver, for
good.
me. So that was
Yeah.
the best, one of the best calls I made to get in touch with Dr. G. And I have to tell you that when I saw him in 2012, it was over Skype because I lived so far, and I was bleeding at the time, and a week after the his treatment, I stopped, and that was the first time I think in 2 years, and I just
Oh,
couldn't believe. My whole family was in shock. Everyone was like, "Praise this doctor, hallelujah!" My family from Europe is like, "Okay," because also at that time, I think it was somewhat mysterious disease
yeah.
in the sense that, the treatments were limited, and I don't know, nobody had interest in looking at the causes and, devising unique treatment plans. So
Yeah.
that really, that's just
Yeah.
the way things were.
No, I
So
appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do. So was there anything, I know that you said that, that you had nothing to lose,
mhm.
with the first call to us. Was there anything holding you back or was there anything you weren't sure about with us?
In terms of communication, I really had no problems because from the start, he was open to seeing me over Skype. I would do some blood work and necessary tests here. And from that point, it really worked very well. The only unknown for me was that I had never worked with a naturopathic doctor, right? All the doctors I have seen are kind of like traditional Western medicine
Right.
trained doctors. Although in Europe, we don't have such a, I think sometimes they work together better.
Right.
They're not in such opposing camps all the time. But that was really the only new thing. But I was
Good.
certainly open to that. So, and I was glad I was.
That's really, really good. Yeah, no, it's really interesting. I mean, Dr. Gersmar has a lot of patients in a lot of different places, and it really doesn't matter where you are because, if you've got ulcerative colitis or you've got a gut issue, then
Mhm.
Dr. Gersmar can definitely help you. So it's wonderful. Yeah, no, that's really good. So, Mirna, tell us a little bit about life now.
Well, not, life is very good right now. I do not have flares as frequently as I used to, nor are they as strong as they used to be. I managed to have a child almost 2 years ago, and Dr. G was also very helpful in that process,
Right.
and you too.
Yeah.
We read the duck book quite often,
Right.
and so the way it works is I had made some dietary adjustments, and over time they became more and more flexible. So as I was getting to feel better, I included more and more foods into my diet.
Right.
Um, I take like a combination of vitamins and herbs. So that's really the only thing I do. I do some yoga, and, I have to say my life is completely normal. And when I have problems, it's usually during some period of stress, or if, I didn't eat as well as I should have. And it's it's hard to believe that, I'm here now, considering how I was 10 years ago. So I think with some, I don't want to say discipline, more like devotion to your health and somebody to cheer you and help you along the way, it's quite possible,
Yes,
to
absolutely.
regain your life and your health.
Right. And that's wonderful. And that's what me and Dr. Gersmar both live for. And I know that Dr. Gersmar has been in practice for a very, very long time. And I've been working with Dr. Gersmar for almost 4 years now. But that's what I love doing. And that's so wonderful to hear that. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
I think what makes this practice special is that Dr. G and his staff take time to listen to each patient. Okay, that's something you really do not get elsewhere, but he takes time to listen and to hear you and to work with you. So, therefore, if you do not feel comfortable doing something, you do not have to. And he asks for your opinion. And so you're constantly part of the process. And that's really empowering because it can feel really, when you're sick, that you just are losing it. So I think that's really something that has meant a lot to me. And the fact that he has always been optimistic and that he has continuously found new solutions. So, if we worked with something, some herb, and then it didn't help the second time, there was always an alternative, which is just amazing to me, considering that there were so few alternatives prior to coming to Dr. G. So he loves what he does, and it really shows. It also gives you hope.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and Dr. Gersmar does too.